So I did a video on this for my TikTok and Instagram, and it's under 3 minutes, so I think that would end up making it a short on YouTube. And I kind of want this to be a regular video on YouTube, so I'm going to try to drag the time out a little bit. This is Sally Hansen Hard as Nails, and as you guys know, or if you don't know, she has a bad rap. Even I hate the formula. Um, and part of the reason I hate the formula is because it doesn't dry. And there's a reason why it never dries. It's not meant to be used like a nail polish. This is not a nail polish. This is a pigmented nail treatment. And nowadays, when in comparison to 25 years ago, it probably drives people even more nuts because it no longer has the full instructions on the bottle. So here are the instructions. All it says is shake gently, apply 2 to 3 coats. That is not what you're supposed to do. So here you have Sally Hansen Hard as Nails. This bottle doesn't have the instructions. Let me go into detail. So when I was maybe in high school, I ended up getting this box set of Sally Hansen nail polishes. It came with 3 colors and it came with a base / top coat, right? The instructions most likely, as well as the ingredients, were all in the box. The box is long gone. It's been over 25 years. And what happened was I used up the base and top coat, but the base and top coat was available for purchase separately. So what did I do? I did purchase it separately when I ran out. Back then, there weren't really, YouTube videos or people talking about how your base coat needs to be separate from your top coat, or no one went, you didn't know, you just went into the store, you saw what they had and you got it. In fact, base and top coats weren't even really a thing. The only brand that really had them was Sally Hansen and maybe Kiss. I think Kiss was also one that did nail stuff, and you really didn't know. It was essentially buy it and learn as you go, And I remember this. I never really read the instructions, and if I did, I never paid attention to them. I would use these as regular nail polishes, and that's not what you're supposed to do. So this one is going to have a little bit of extra instructions because it's the base and top coat. It's not just the regular nail polish color. So it says, apply 1 coat to clean, dry, bare nails. Apply a 2nd coat for a natural look. Okay. And then it goes into how you're able to use it as a top coat because it's a base and top coat. But if you that's the part of the instructions that wouldn't have been on the nail polish color. But if you go down further, it says apply a fresh coat daily. After 5 days, remove all the layers and repeat. See enclosed instructions for further details. So there were also these little pamphlets that came with these nail polishes that they no longer come with them, okay? Because they don't come in box. They just come loose like this now. So all the instructions that you normally would have had with this polish are gone. They don't include them anymore. So what you're supposed to do with this nail polish is you paint on 1 coat one day, you paint on the 2nd coat the next day, and then by the 5th day you have reached maximum opacity. You don't do all 4 coats in one day or even 3 coats in one day. Max, it says, is 2, and that is pushing it with these hard as nail formulas. I wouldn't recommend that. I would be 1 coat, next day 2nd coat. So that's something that, so before you kind of disregard these guys, take that into consideration, you know what I mean? And I'm actually going to try to use this the way it's supposed to be used and see how it goes. I think maybe then I'll actually enjoy this formula a lot more. Anyway, that's a little bit food for thought. I figured since I still have these old vintage bottles, it would be fun to include the original instructions for the hard as nails formula. I kind of wish I still had the little pamphlets, but what are you going to do? It's been 25 years. It's been a quarter of a century, literally. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Hope this helped.